You can understand English in a lesson, but the moment native speakers start talking to each other, it suddenly feels too fast, too connected, and almost impossible to follow. The strange part is that you probably already know most of the words they are saying. So why does your brain still miss them? Today, we are going to fix that. Welcome to Miss Coco English. This is not a lesson where I give you a long list of vocabulary and ask you to memorize it. We are going to train your ears to recognize the English people actually use in real conversations. And I want you to stay with me until the end, because we are going to do something very specific. First, you will listen to clear English. Then we will make it faster. Then we will connect the words. Then we will remove sounds that native speakers often reduce or almost completely drop. And at the end, you will take a real listening test using the same patterns you trained during the lesson. So here is your first challenge. Listen carefully. What are you going to do after work? Once again. What are you going to do after work? That probably sounds easy. Now listen to the way you may actually hear it in a natural conversation. What are you going to do after work? Did you hear the difference? The meaning did not change. The words did not really change, but the sound changed a lot. What are you going to became something much closer to what are you gonna? This is one of the biggest reasons intermediate learners struggle with native English. You learned English word by word. Native speakers usually speak in groups of words. They connect sounds. They reduce sounds. They stress important words and move quickly through less important ones. So instead of trying to hear every word separately, I want you to start hearing English in chunks. Let's train that right now. Listen. What are you going to do? Slowly. What are you going to do? Naturally. What are you gonna do? Now repeat. What are you going to do? Again, but more naturally. What are you gonna do? One more time. What are you gonna do? Good. Now listen to this. What do you want to eat? Clear version. What do you want to eat? Natural version. What do you want to eat? Again. What do you want to eat? The phrase want to often becomes wanna in casual spoken English. I want to go. I want to go. Do you want to come? Do you want to come? What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? You do not need to force yourself to speak like this immediately. The first goal is recognition. If your ear knows that want to can sound like wanna, you stop panicking when you hear it. That is the key. Listening becomes easier when your brain knows what changes to expect. Now let's use this in a real situation. Imagine two coworkers leaving the office. Listen to the conversation once without repeating. Hey, what are you going to do after work? I'm probably going to grab something to eat and head home. What about you? I want to stop by the store first. I've got to pick up a few things. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see you. Now I want you to listen again, but this time pay attention to the reduced forms. What are you going to do after work? Became, what are you going to do after work? I am probably going to. Became, I'm probably gonna. I want to stop by the store. Became, I want to stop by the store. And I have got to pick up a few things becomes the much more natural. I've got to pick up a few things. Listen to that line again. I've got to pick up a few things. Now shadow it. I've got to pick up a few things. Again. I've got to pick up a few things. Do not pronounce every word like you are reading from a textbook. Let the sentence move. I've got to pick up a few things. Now the full sentence. I want to stop by the store first. I've got to pick up a few things. Again. I want to stop by the store first. I've got to pick up a few things. Good. Now I am going to give you a small listening test. I will say a natural sentence. Try to understand it before I explain it. Ready? Do you want to grab a coffee? Again. Do you want to grab a coffee? What did I say? I said, do you want to grab a coffee? But in natural speech, do you can sound like do you. Want to can sound like wanna. So the full sentence becomes, do you want to grab a coffee? This is a very common invitation. Do you want to grab a coffee? Do you want to grab a coffee? Now answer naturally. Sure, sounds good. Again. Sure, sounds good. Or, yeah, I'd love to. Or if you are busy, I'd love to, but I've got to finish something first. Listen to that last answer again. I'd love to, but I've got to finish something first. This sentence gives you several useful patterns at the same time. I would love to becomes I'd love to. I have got to becomes I've gotta. And notice something else. I am not giving equal stress to every word. Listen. I'd love to, but I've gotta finish something first. The important words carry the meaning love, gotta, finish. First. The smaller grammar words become lighter. This is how natural English develops rhythm. Native English is not fast because every word is pronounced quickly. It often feels fast because some words are stressed clearly while other words are reduced. Let's practice that difference. Say this very slowly and equally. I have to go to the store. That sounds unnatural. Now listen to natural rhythm. I have to go to the store. Again. I have to go to the store. And in casual speech, you may hear, I have to go to the store. Listen closely. Have to. Have to. I have to go. I have to go to the store. Now, shadow. I have to go to the store. Again. I have to go to the store. Good. Here is another one. I have to leave in 10 minutes. Natural speech. I have to leave in 10 minutes. A little faster. I have to leave in 10 minutes. Now listen to this question. Do you have to leave now? Natural speech. Do you have to leave now? Again. Do you have to leave now? Did you catch it? This is exactly what we are training. Not difficult vocabulary, not complicated grammar. We are training your brain to recognize familiar English when the sounds change. Now let's move one level higher. Imagine you are meeting a friend you have not seen for a few weeks. Listen first. Hey, how have you been? Pretty good. I've been really busy lately. Yeah? What have you been up to? Mostly work. I've also been trying to improve my English. That's great. Is it going well? Actually, yeah. I'm starting to understand people a lot better. Now we are going to break down the parts that often disappear when native speakers speak naturally. How have you been? Becomes how have you been? Listen. How have you been? What have you been up to? Becomes kasata. What have you been up to? Listen again. What have you been up to? And this question is extremely common. What have you been up to? Does not usually mean, what are you doing at this exact second? It means something more like, what have you been doing recently? So if someone says, hey, what have you been up to? You might answer, I've been really busy with work. I've been studying a lot. I've been spending more time with my family. I've been working on my English. Now try the question. What have you been up to? Again. What have you been up to? And answer. I've been working on my English. Now make it more natural. I've been working on my English lately. Again. I've been working on my English lately. Very good. But now I want to test whether your listening is already starting to change. Listen carefully to this sentence only once. I've been meaning to call you, but things have been kinda crazy lately. Did you catch that? I've been meaning to call you, but things have been kinda crazy lately. Let's slow it down. I have been meaning to call you, but things have been kind of crazy lately. Now listen again naturally. I've been meaning to call you, but things have been kinda crazy lately. There are three important changes here. I have been becomes I've been. Things have been becomes things have been. And kind of often becomes kinda in casual speech. Kinda. I'm kinda tired. It's kinda difficult. I was kinda surprised. Native speakers do not always use kinda, and you would normally avoid writing it in formal English, but you will hear it constantly in everyday conversations. Now shadow the sentence with me. I've been meaning to call you. Again. I've been meaning to call you. Now add the second part. But things have been kinda crazy lately. Again. But things have been kinda crazy lately. Put it together. I've been meaning to call you, but things have been kinda crazy lately. Good. And notice the expression, I've been meaning to. This is a very natural way to talk about something you intended to do but have not done yet. I've been meaning to text you. I've been meaning to ask you something. I've been meaning to watch that movie. I've been meaning to start exercising again. This is the kind of expression that helps you understand native speakers because you stop processing every word separately. You recognize the whole pattern. I've been meaning to, and your brain already knows what kind of idea is coming next. Now, let's make the listening more challenging. Imagine you are meeting a friend outside a train station. Listen once. Hey, sorry I'm late. The traffic was pretty bad and I couldn't find anywhere to park. No worries. I just got here a couple minutes ago. Really? I thought I was keeping you waiting. Nah, you're good. You want to grab something to eat before we go? Yeah, definitely. I haven't eaten anything since this morning. Now, before we break it down, answer this question in your mind. Who arrived first? The second speaker arrived first, but only a couple of minutes earlier. Now listen to one important phrase. No worries. It simply means, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You will hear it in many English-speaking countries. Sorry I'm late. No worries. Thanks for waiting. No worries. Now listen to, nah, you're good. This does not mean you are a good person. In this situation, it means it's fine. There's no problem. You may hear, you're good. We're good. It's all good. These expressions are extremely common in relaxed conversation. Now listen to the conversation again, but this time focus on the rhythm. Hey, sorry I'm late. The traffic was pretty bad and I couldn't find anywhere to park. No worries. I just got here a couple minutes ago. Really? I thought I was keeping you waiting. Nah, you're good. You want to grab something to eat before we go? Yeah, definitely. I haven't eaten anything since this morning. Did you notice a couple of minutes? In careful English, a couple of minutes. In natural speech, the of may become very weak. A couple of minutes. Sometimes it almost disappears. I'll be there in a couple minutes. Again. I'll be there in a couple minutes. Now try this sentence. Give me a couple of minutes. Natural version. Give me a couple minutes. Listen carefully. Give me becomes gimme. Gimme a second. Gimme a minute. Gimme a couple minutes. You do not need to copy every casual reduction when you speak. But if you cannot recognize them, real conversations will always feel faster than they actually are. Let's test your ear. What does this mean? Gimme a sec. I'll be right back. Again. Gimme a sec. I'll be right back. It means, give me a second. I will be right back. Gimme a sec means, wait for a very short time. I'll be right back means the speaker is leaving temporarily and will return soon. Now shadow it. Gimme a sec. Again. Gimme a sec. I'll be right back. Together. Gimme a sec. I'll be right back. Excellent. Now let's talk about another reason native English can feel difficult. Sounds can change when words touch each other. Take this phrase. Did you? Carefully. Did you? But in fast speech, you may hear something closer to did ya? Did you eat? Did ya eat? Did you see it? Did ya see it? Did you call him? Did ya call him? Listen to this short conversation. Did ya see Sarah yesterday? No, I didn't. Why? She got a new job. Seriously? I didn't know she was looking for one. Yeah, she starts next Monday. Now answer quickly. What happened to Sarah? She got a new job. When does she start? Next Monday. Good. Now notice another natural expression. Seriously? Depending on the tone, it can mean, really? Are you serious? It shows surprise. She got a new job. Seriously? I met your favorite actor yesterday. Seriously? We finished the project early. Seriously? Context and tone matter. This is why listening practice should not only teach individual words. You need to hear how people use those words emotionally. Now listen to this sentence. I didn't know she was looking for one. A beginner may try to hear, I did not know she was looking for one. But real speech does not sound like that. Listen naturally. I didn't know she was looking for one. The word was becomes weak. For becomes weak. The important information is didn't know, looking, and one. Listen again. I didn't know she was looking for one. Your brain should learn to grab the stressed information instead of chasing every small word. Let's practice with another sentence. I was gonna call you, but I forgot. Again. I was gonna call you, but I forgot. What does gonna represent? Going to. I was going to call you, but I forgot. Now listen to a very natural version. I was gonna call you, but I totally forgot. Here, totally adds emphasis. I totally forgot. I totally agree. I totally understand. I totally missed that. Now shadow the whole sentence. I was gonna call you, but I totally forgot. Again. I was gonna call you, but I totally forgot. Now imagine someone responds, That's okay. I figured you were busy. Did you understand I figured? In this context, I figured means I assumed. I thought that was probably the reason. I figured you were busy. I figured you'd be tired. I figured it was too late to call. This is very common conversational English. Listen to the exchange. I was gonna call you, but I totally forgot. That's okay. I figured you were busy. Again, a little faster. I was gonna call you, but I totally forgot. That's okay. I figured you were busy. Now we are going to make this harder. I will give you a conversation at a more natural speed. Do not try to understand every word. Focus on the situation, the stressed words, and the expressions you already know. Hey, did you end up going to that restaurant last night? Yeah, we did. We were going to go somewhere else, but it was completely packed. Oh, really? How was the food? Pretty good, actually. I wasn't expecting much, but I'd definitely go back. Nice. I've been meaning to try that place. Do not look for every word. Just answer these 3 questions. Did they go to the restaurant? Yes. Why did they change their original plan? Because the other place was completely packed. Would the speaker return to the restaurant? Yes, definitely. Now, there is one expression in that conversation that you need to know because native speakers use it all the time. End up. End up is used when the final result is different from what was originally planned or expected. Listen. We were gonna go somewhere else, but we ended up eating there. Again. We were gonna go somewhere else, but we ended up eating there. Another example. I planned to study for an hour, but I ended up studying all evening. I thought I'd stay home, but I ended up going out with some friends. We got lost and ended up at the wrong station. This expression is extremely useful because real conversations are full of changes, unexpected results, and last-minute decisions. Now shadow this sentence. I was going to stay home, but I ended up going out. Again. I was going to stay home, but I ended up going out. A little faster. I was going to stay home, but I ended up going out. Good. Now let's go back to the restaurant conversation. You heard, it was completely packed. If a restaurant, cafe, bus, train, or room is packed, it means it is extremely crowded or full of people. The restaurant was packed. The train was packed this morning. The place gets packed on weekends. Listen to the difference. The restaurant was busy. That simply means there were many customers. The restaurant was packed. That sounds stronger. It suggests there was almost no space left. Now listen to another phrase from the conversation. I wasn't expecting much. This means the speaker did not expect the experience to be very good, but then the food was better than expected. Listen. I wasn't expecting much, but the food was actually really good. Again. I wasn't expecting much, but the food was actually really good. This pattern is very useful. I wasn't expecting much, but I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting much, but the movie was surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting much, but they did a great job. Now we are going to train another feature of natural spoken English. Sometimes sounds disappear. Listen to this phrase carefully. Next week. In very careful pronunciation, you may hear the T in next. But in fast, natural speech, that sound may become very weak. Next week. Next week. The same thing can happen in phrases like last night, best friend, first time. Native speakers often simplify difficult groups of consonants because it makes speech flow more easily. Listen. I saw him last night. Natural speech. I saw him last night. I'll call you next week. Natural speech. I'll call you next week. You do not need to deliberately remove sounds when you speak. But you need to know that this happens, because otherwise your brain may search for a sound that never clearly arrives. Now listen to this sentence. I missed the bus this morning, so I had to take a taxi. Again, naturally. I missed the bus this morning, so I had to take a taxi. Now, faster. I missed the bus this morning, so I had to take a taxi. Did you hear had to? In casual speech, had to can sound like hadda. I had to leave early. I had to leave early. We had to wait. We had to wait. She had to call him. She had to call him. Again, the goal is recognition. Now listen to a real-life situation. Why are you so tired? I barely slept last night. How come? My neighbor was playing music until almost 2 in the morning. You've got to be kidding. I wish I was. I finally fell asleep, and then my alarm went off at 6. That's rough. Now answer these questions. Why is the speaker tired? Because the neighbor was playing music late at night. What time did the alarm go off? At 6. Now let's break down the natural expressions. How come? This is a common informal way to ask, why? You can say, I'm not going tonight. How come? She left early. How come? He changed his mind. How come? Notice the word order. We say, why did she leave? But with how come, we usually say, how come she left? Not, how come did she leave? Now shadow it. How come? Again. How come? Now the next phrase. You've got to be kidding. This means, I can't believe what you're telling me. It is usually used when something sounds surprising, annoying, or unbelievable. The flight was canceled again. You've got to be kidding. They want us to finish everything by tomorrow. You've got to be kidding. Listen to the rhythm. You've gotta be kidding. Again. You've gotta be kidding. Now try it naturally. You've gotta be kidding. Good. And the final response? That's rough. This means, that sounds difficult. That sounds unpleasant. That sounds like a hard situation. If someone tells you, I had to work all weekend, you might say, that's rough. My phone broke and I lost all my photos. That's rough. Natural English is full of short reactions like this. And these reactions matter because real conversations are not just information. They are emotional exchanges. Now I want to give you another listening challenge, but this time I will not explain anything before you hear it. Listen once. I thought I'd have a quiet weekend, but my cousin called me out of nowhere and asked if I wanted to help him move. I was going to say no, but he sounded desperate, so I ended up spending most of Saturday carrying boxes up 3 flights of stairs. What happened? Take a moment. The speaker expected a quiet weekend. Then the cousin called unexpectedly. The cousin needed help moving. The speaker almost said no, but finally helped. And most of Saturday was spent carrying boxes. Now let's look at the phrases that made the sentence sound natural. First, out of nowhere. In casual speech, this may sound like, out of nowhere. It means suddenly and unexpectedly. She called me out of nowhere. It started raining out of nowhere. He showed up out of nowhere. Now shadow. He called me out of nowhere. Again. He called me out of nowhere. Next, I was going to say no. You already know this one. I was going to say no. But in natural speech, I was going to say no. Then, he sounded desperate. Here, sound is not about music or noise. It means the speaker judged his cousin's situation from the way he spoke. You sound tired. You sound worried. That sounds great. She sounded upset. These are extremely common patterns. And finally, I ended up spending most of Saturday carrying boxes. There is our expression again. Ended up. You are hearing it in a new context, which is exactly how strong listening memory is built. You do not memorize one isolated definition. You hear the same pattern used naturally in different situations until your brain recognizes it automatically. Now let's make the sentence shorter and easier to shadow. I thought I'd have a quiet weekend. Repeat. I thought I'd have a quiet weekend. But my cousin called me out of nowhere. Repeat. But my cousin called me out of nowhere. I was gonna say no. Again. I was gonna say no. But he sounded desperate. Again. But he sounded desperate. So I ended up helping him move. Again. So I ended up helping him move. Now put it together. I thought I'd have a quiet weekend, but my cousin called me out of nowhere. I was gonna say no, but he sounded desperate. So I ended up helping him move. Very good. Now we are going to change the type of listening challenge. Until now, you have mostly heard one speaker at a time. But real native conversations become harder when two people react quickly, interrupt lightly, and use short, reduced responses. Listen to this conversation once. Hey, are we still on for tonight? Yeah, I think so. What time were you thinking? I don't know, maybe around 7? 7 works. You want to meet there or should I pick you up? Could you pick me up? My car's still in the shop. Yeah, no problem. I'll probably get there around 6:45. Perfect. Just text me when you're outside. Did you understand the plan? They are meeting tonight, around 7. One person will pick the other person up because the car is still being repaired, and the driver will send a message when they arrive. Now listen to one small phrase that causes big problems for learners. I don't know. In natural, casual English, this often becomes, I don't know. Listen. I don't know. I don't know. Again. I don't know. What time do you want to leave? I don't know. Maybe 6? Do you think he'll come? I don't know. You should still write I don't know in normal writing, but you absolutely need to recognize I don't know in spoken English. Now listen to Are we still on for tonight? This means Is our plan for tonight still happening? If you arrange to meet someone, you can ask Are we still on for tomorrow? Are we still on for lunch? Are we still on for Friday? Now listen to the answer. Yeah, I think so. It is softer and less certain than, yes, definitely. That small difference matters. Real conversation is full of uncertainty. I think so. Probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. I guess so. These expressions make spoken English sound much more natural. Now listen to another phrase from the conversation. My car's still in the shop. This does not mean the car is inside a store. The shop here means a repair shop. My car's in the shop. My laptop's in the shop. It means the item is being repaired. Now shadow the key line. Could you pick me up? My car's still in the shop. Again. Could you pick me up? My car's still in the shop. A little faster. Could you pick me up? My car's still in the shop. Good. Now I want to test your listening with one sentence that combines several reductions. Listen carefully. Do you want to meet there, or should I come pick you up? Again. Do you want to meet there, or should I come pick you up? Do not translate every word. Hear the chunks. Do you want to meet there, or should I come pick you up? That is how you begin hearing native English as language instead of noise. And now we are ready to make the conversations faster, less predictable, and much closer to the speed you will hear in everyday life. Listen to this next conversation at a natural speed. Hey, you made it. Yeah, barely. The train was delayed again. Seriously? That's the third time this week. I know. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. Well, at least you're here now. You want anything to drink? I'll just have some water for now. All right. We haven't ordered yet, so you're good. What happened? The speaker arrived late because the train was delayed. The delay was not unusual. It had already happened several times that week. And the others had not ordered yet, so the late person did not really miss anything. Now listen to one very useful phrase. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. Be supposed to is extremely common in everyday English. It means something was expected, planned, or required. I'm supposed to meet her at 6. We're supposed to finish this today. He was supposed to call me. The package was supposed to arrive yesterday. Now listen naturally. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. Again. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. In fast speech, supposed to, does not always sound as clear as it looks on the page. Listen. Supposed to. Supposta. I was supposed to be here earlier. You do not need to copy that exact reduction. Just train your ear to recognize it. Now shadow the natural sentence. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. Again. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. Now listen to another phrase. At least you're here now. At least is used when you focus on one positive part of a situation that is not completely good. The weather was terrible, but at least we got home safely. I didn't finish everything, but at least I made some progress. The train was late, but at least I got here. This kind of language appears constantly in real conversations because people are always reacting to problems, changes, and imperfect situations. Now let's make things more difficult. Listen once. I was going to leave early, but right when I was about to walk out the door, my manager asked if I could stay another half hour. I didn't really want to say no, so I ended up missing the train I usually take. What caused the problem? The speaker was ready to leave, but the manager asked them to stay longer. And because of that, they missed their usual train. Now notice this phrase. I was about to walk out the door. Be about to means something is going to happen very soon. I'm about to leave. The movie's about to start. We were about to eat. She was about to call you. Now listen naturally. I was about to leave. I was about to leave. A little faster. I was about to leave. Again, just recognize the sound. Now this entire sentence contains a very natural chain of events. I was going to leave early, but right when I was about to walk out the door, my manager asked if I could stay another half hour. This is the type of sentence that often feels impossible when you first hear it. But watch what happens when you stop chasing every word and listen for chunks. I was going to leave early. That is the original plan. But right when I was about to walk out the door, that is the moment when something changed. My manager asked if I could stay another half hour. That is the problem. Now listen again. I was going to leave early, but right when I was about to walk out the door, my manager asked if I could stay another half hour. Much easier when you hear the structure, right? This is an important listening skill. Do not only listen for words, listen for relationships between ideas. Plan, change, reason, result. That structure helps your brain predict what comes next. Now listen to this. I didn't really want to say no. This does not mean the speaker was physically unable to say no. It means they felt uncomfortable refusing. I didn't really want to say no. I didn't really want to complain. I didn't really want to bring it up. I didn't really want to make a big deal out of it. That last expression is also useful. Make a big deal out of something means to treat something as more serious or important than necessary. It wasn't a big problem, so I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Now let's move into a different real-life situation. Imagine you are calling customer service. Listen once. Hi, I'm calling about an order I placed a few days ago. Sure. Do you have the order number? Yeah, 1 second. Let me pull it up. No problem. Okay, got it. It's 48372. Thanks. And what seems to be the issue? It says it was delivered yesterday, but I never received anything. All right, let me take a look. Did you understand the problem? The system says the order was delivered, but the customer did not receive it. Now listen to, let me pull it up. Let me is a common spoken form of let me. Let me check. Let me check. Let me see. Let me see. Let me think. Let me think. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. And pull it up here means to open or find some information on a phone or computer. Let me pull up the email. Can you pull up the document? I'll pull up the reservation. Now, shadow. Let me pull it up. Again. Let me pull it up. Now listen to, what seems to be the issue? This is a polite, professional way to ask, what is the problem? You may hear this at a hotel, a store, a help desk, a clinic, or when speaking to technical support. What seems to be the issue? Another common version is, what seems to be the problem? Now the customer says, it says it was delivered yesterday, but I never received anything. Notice the phrase, it says. In real life, people use this constantly when referring to information on a screen, message, website, sign, or document. It says the store closes at 9. It says my payment didn't go through. It says the train is delayed. It says the package was delivered. This is simple English, but it is incredibly useful. Now listen to the next part of the customer service conversation. All right, I can see the delivery confirmation here. It looks like the driver left it near the front entrance. That's strange. There wasn't anything there when I got home. Is there any chance a neighbor picked it up for you? I doubt it, but I can ask. Okay, if you still can't find it, give us a call back and we'll look into it. Now, answer this. Where was the package supposedly left? Near the front entrance. What does the customer need to do first? Check with a neighbor. And what will the company do if the package is still missing? They will look into it. Look into means investigate or examine a situation more carefully. I'll look into it. We're looking into the problem. Can you look into this for me? This is very common in work and customer service English. Now shadow it. We'll look into it. Again. We'll look into it. Listen naturally. We'll look into it. You may barely hear every sound clearly, but the phrase behaves like one unit. That is exactly what I want your brain to learn. Now let's go back to fast conversational English. Listen once. Did you hear what happened at work today? No. What happened? Apparently, James told everyone he was leaving. Wait, what? I thought he'd just gotten promoted. So did I. Nobody saw it coming. Did he say why? Not really. He just said he'd gotten an offer he couldn't turn down. Let's check your understanding. James is leaving his job. This surprised people because he had recently been promoted. He received another offer, and apparently it was too good to refuse. Now listen to apparently. This means the speaker has heard or learned something, but may not have personally confirmed every detail. Apparently, the meeting was canceled. Apparently, they're moving to Canada. Apparently, he got another job. This is very common when people share news. Now listen to, nobody saw it coming. This means nobody expected it. The company closed suddenly. Nobody saw it coming. She announced she was leaving. Nobody saw it coming. The team lost badly. Nobody saw it coming. Now the final phrase, an offer he couldn't turn down. Turn down means reject or refuse. They offered me the job, but I turned it down. She turned down the invitation. I couldn't turn it down. Now shadow the full sentence. He said he'd gotten an offer he couldn't turn down. Again. He said he'd gotten an offer he couldn't turn down. A little faster. He said he'd gotten an offer he couldn't turn down. Good. Now let's push your listening another level. This time, you will hear a conversation with less explanation and more natural speed. Listen for the main idea first. Hey, you still thinking about taking that new job? Yeah, but I haven't made up my mind yet. What's holding you back? Mostly the commute. The pay's better, but I'd be spending almost 2 hours a day getting there and back. Yeah, that'd get old pretty fast. Exactly. I'm trying to figure out if the extra money's really worth it. Have you talked to them about working from home a couple days a week? Not yet, but I probably should. Now think. Why has the speaker not accepted the job yet? Not because the job is bad, not because the salary is low. The real problem is the commute. And now you are hearing something very important. Natural English is becoming less about understanding every individual sound and more about following meaning through connected ideas. When you can follow the meaning, you no longer need to panic when one or two sounds disappear. Now let's break down that job conversation because it contains several expressions native speakers use all the time. The first one is, I haven't made up my mind yet. To make up your mind means to make a decision. I haven't made up my mind yet. I can't make up my mind. Have you made up your mind? I finally made up my mind. Now listen naturally. I haven't made up my mind yet. A little faster. I haven't made up my mind yet. Notice that have not is reduced to haven't, and the important words are made up my mind. Now shadow it. I haven't made up my mind yet. Again. I haven't made up my mind yet. Next, you heard, what's holding you back? This means, what is stopping you? What is preventing you from making the decision? Maybe someone wants to change jobs but is worried about money. What's holding you back? Maybe someone wants to travel but feels nervous. What's holding you back? Maybe someone wants to speak more English but is afraid of making mistakes. What's holding you back? Now listen to the rhythm. What's holding you back? Again. What's holding you back? Now the answer. Mostly the commute. A commute is the regular journey between your home and your workplace or school. My commute takes 40 minutes. I have a long commute. The commute is exhausting. And then you heard, I'd be spending almost 2 hours a day getting there and back. Listen to the reduction. I would be becomes I'd be. I'd be spending almost 2 hours a day getting there and back. Again. I'd be spending almost 2 hours a day getting there and back. Now listen to this reaction. Yeah, that'd get old pretty fast. That'd means that would. But what does get old mean here? It does not mean become physically old. If something gets old, it becomes annoying, boring, or tiring after you experience it repeatedly. Waiting in traffic every day would get old. Doing the same task for 10 hours would get old. That joke is getting old. Now, shadow. That'd get old pretty fast. Again. That'd get old pretty fast. And finally, I'm trying to figure out if the extra money's really worth it. To figure something out means to understand it, solve it, or reach a conclusion. I'm trying to figure it out. We need to figure out what happened. I can't figure out how this works. She figured out the problem. Now say, I'm trying to figure it out. Again. I'm trying to figure it out. Natural speech often makes this sound much smoother than the written version. I'm trying to figure it out. You may hear trying to reduced to something close to tryna in very casual speech. I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Again, recognition first. You do not need to force these reductions into your own speech. Now, let's test your listening with a new situation. Listen once. Are you still coming over later? I should be. I've just got to finish a few things first. All right. What time do you think you'll get here? Probably around 8, but I'll let you know if I'm running late. Sounds good. We're not in a rush. Now answer. Is the person definitely coming? Probably, but not with complete certainty. What time do they expect to arrive? Around 8. And what will they do if they are late? They will let the other person know. Now listen to this phrase. I'll let you know. This is one of the most useful phrases in spoken English. It means, I will tell you when I have the information. What time are you leaving? I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know. Can you come tomorrow? I need to check. I'll let you know. Did they accept your application? Not yet. I'll let you know when I hear back. Now shadow. I'll let you know. Again. I'll let you know. Now add, if I'm running late. I'll let you know if I'm running late. To be running late means you are behind schedule and may arrive later than planned. Sorry, I'm running late. The meeting is running late. We're running a little late. This is much more natural than always saying, I am late. Now listen to a fast version. I'll let you know if I'm running late. Did you hear that? Let you can sometimes sound like letcha. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Did they let you in? Did they let you in? Natural sound changes like this are one reason spoken English can feel completely different from written English. Now let's move into a social situation where people speak more casually. Listen once. Hey, we're thinking about going out for dinner tonight. You want to come? Maybe. Where are you guys going? We haven't decided yet. Probably somewhere downtown. What time? Maybe 7:30-ish. I might be able to make it. Shoot me a text when you figure it out. Will do. Now let's check the meaning. The plan is not completely decided. They might eat somewhere downtown. The time is approximately 7:30. And the speaker wants a message when the final plan is clear. Now listen to 7:30-ish. The ending ish means approximately or somewhat. 7-ish. Around 7. 7:30-ish. 20 people-ish would sound less natural, but with time, age, color, and some descriptions, ish is common. She's 30-ish. The shirt is bluish. I'll be there around 6-ish. Now listen to, I might be able to make it. To make it can mean to successfully arrive or attend. Can you come tonight? I think I can make it. Sorry, I can't make it. I might be able to make it. This phrase is extremely common when talking about plans. Now, shadow. I might be able to make it. Again. I might be able to make it. Natural speed. I might be able to make it. Now, the next phrase. Shoot me a text. This is an informal way to say, send me a text message. Shoot me a text when you get there. Shoot me a message later. Shoot me an email. The verb shoot here has nothing to do with a weapon. It simply means send something quickly. Now listen to the final response. Will do. This means, okay, I will do that. Text me when you get home. Will do. Let me know what they say. Will do. Short responses like this are important because native conversations often move quickly. People do not always answer with full textbook sentences. They say, sounds good. Will do. Got it. Fair enough. Makes sense. No problem. Works for me. These short expressions carry a lot of meaning. Now let's practice them inside a realistic conversation. I'll send you the address. Sounds good. Try to be there by 8. Will do. Parking might be difficult. Got it. If you can't find us, just call me. Works for me. Now listen once again at a faster pace. I'll send you the address. Sounds good. Try to be there by 8. Will do. Parking might be difficult. Got it. If you can't find us, just call me. Works for me. If you understood that without translating every sentence, your listening is already changing. Now I want to introduce one of the biggest differences between classroom English and real English. Native speakers often leave out information when the context already makes it obvious. Listen. You coming? The complete form is, are you coming? But in casual conversation, the speaker may simply say, you coming? You ready? Instead of, are you ready? You okay? Instead of, are you okay? You hungry? Instead of, are you hungry? This does not mean grammar has disappeared. It means casual spoken English sometimes removes predictable words. Now listen to this short exchange. You ready? Almost. Give me 2 minutes. Thought you said you were ready 5 minutes ago. I know, I'm coming. Did you understand it? Now listen to another one. You hungry? A little? You want to get something? Yeah, I could eat. I could eat is a natural way to say, yes, I am willing to eat, or yes, I'm somewhat hungry. Now listen to the full exchange naturally. You hungry? A little. You want to get something? Yeah, I could eat. Simple, fast, natural, and very different from the kind of complete sentences you may have learned in a textbook. Now let's make the listening more demanding. Listen once. Hey, I'm heading out. You need anything while I'm gone? Actually, yeah. If you're going by the grocery store, could you grab some milk? Sure. Anything else? Maybe some eggs, if they've got them. All right. Text me if you think of anything else. Thanks. I appreciate it. Now answer without replaying it. Where is the speaker probably going? Out, possibly near the grocery store. What does the other person need? Milk and maybe eggs. Now listen to, I'm heading out. This means, I'm leaving now. I'm heading out. We're heading out. I should probably head out. That last one is very useful when you want to leave a social situation politely. It's getting late. I should probably head out. Now listen to if they've got them. This means if the store has them available. In natural conversation, have got is often used simply to mean have. They've got milk. They've got a great menu. Have you got any cash? Yeah, I've got some. Now, here is your next challenge. You are going to hear a conversation with several reductions, missing words, and informal expressions. I will not stop after every sentence. Focus on the story. Hey, you look exhausted. Long day? You have no idea. I was supposed to finish at 5, but one of my coworkers called in sick, so I had to stay late. That's rough. You at least get a break? Barely. I grabbed something to eat around 4, but that was pretty much it. Man, I'd be starving. I am. I'm gonna head home, order something, and do absolutely nothing for the rest of the night. Honestly, that sounds like a pretty good plan. If you followed that conversation, even if you missed a few small words, you are doing exactly what strong listeners do. You are understanding the message without demanding perfect access to every sound. And that is the skill I want you to build now. You do not need to hear 100% of the words to understand 100% of the situation. In fact, when native speakers talk to each other, even they sometimes miss a word. They use context, tone, stress, and what they already know about the situation to fill in the gaps. So let's train that skill. Listen to this conversation only once. You still thinking about going away next month? Yeah, I've been looking at flights, but they're way more expensive than I expected. Have you checked different dates? A little. I might leave a couple of days earlier if it saves me enough. Makes sense. Where are you thinking of going? Maybe Singapore, but I haven't booked anything yet. Now answer the main question. Has the speaker booked the trip? No. Why not? The flights are more expensive than expected. And what might the speaker change? The travel dates. Now notice this phrase, way more expensive. Way is often used informally to make a comparison stronger. It's way better. That took way longer than I expected. This place is way busier on weekends. The tickets were way more expensive than I thought. Now shadow that sentence. The tickets were way more expensive than I thought. Again. The tickets were way more expensive than I thought. Listen to another natural phrase. If it saves me enough. The speaker means, if changing the dates saves me enough money. Notice how English often removes information when the meaning is already obvious. Native speakers do not always repeat, if leaving earlier saves me enough money. They simply say, if it saves me enough. Context does the rest. Now let's train implied meaning. Listen. Are you getting dessert? I probably shouldn't. Does that mean the speaker does not want dessert? Not necessarily. I probably shouldn't often means, I want it, but I think it may not be a good idea. Maybe they are full, maybe they are trying to eat less sugar, maybe they are saving money. Listen to what happens next. Are you getting dessert? I probably shouldn't. That chocolate cake looks pretty good, though. Yeah, you're not helping. What does "you're not helping" mean here? It does not literally mean the other person is required to help. It means you are making it harder for me to resist. This kind of implied meaning is everywhere in natural conversation. If you only translate words, you may understand the vocabulary but miss the joke, emotion, or intention. Now listen naturally. That cake looks pretty good, though. Yeah, you're not helping. Again. That cake looks pretty good, though. Yeah, you're not helping. The word though is especially useful. At the end of a sentence, it often introduces a contrast. It's expensive. It looks good, though. I'm tired. I had a great day, though. The restaurant was crowded. The food was amazing, though. Now, let's raise the difficulty. Listen to this workplace conversation. You got a minute? Yeah, what's up? I wanted to run something by you before the meeting. Sure. I'm thinking we should push the deadline back a few days. We're still waiting on the final numbers, and I don't want to rush the report. Yeah, I was kinda thinking the same thing. You think Friday would be more realistic? Probably. Let's see what everyone else says. What is the main issue? The deadline may be too soon. Why? They are still waiting for final information, and they do not want to rush the report. Now listen to, you got a minute? The full form might be, have you got a minute? Or, do you have a minute? But in casual speech, you got a minute? This means, do you have a short amount of time to talk? Now the response, what's up? Depending on the situation, this can mean, what's happening? What do you need? What do you want to talk about? Now listen to, I wanted to run something by you. This is an extremely useful expression at work and in daily life. To run something by someone means to tell them an idea or plan and get their opinion. Can I run something by you? I wanted to run an idea by you. Let me run this by my manager first. Now shadow. I wanted to run something by you. Again. I wanted to run something by you. Natural speed. I wanted to run something by you. Next, push the deadline back. This means move the deadline to a later date. We might need to push the meeting back. Can we push it back to Friday? The launch got pushed back. The opposite idea is move it up. If something is moved up, it happens earlier. Now listen to, I don't want to rush the report. To rush something means to do it too quickly, often at the risk of making mistakes. I don't want to rush it. Take your time. There's no need to rush. We rushed the project and missed a few things. Now listen to this response. I was kinda thinking the same thing. Natural English often uses softening words like kinda, maybe, probably, and I think, because speakers do not always want to sound too direct. I disagree. This can become, I'm not sure I completely agree. That's wrong. Can become, I'm not sure that's quite right. We need more time. Can become, I think we might need a little more time. This is especially important in professional English. Understanding the words is one thing. Understanding the speaker's attitude is another. Now let's move into another listening challenge. This time, pay attention to tone. I thought the presentation went pretty well. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Does. It wasn't bad. always mean the presentation was good? Not exactly. Depending on the tone, it might mean it was okay, it was better than expected, or sometimes it was not very impressive, but it was acceptable. Tone changes meaning. Listen. It wasn't bad. That sounds fairly positive. Now, it wasn't bad. That sounds less enthusiastic. This is why listening to English requires more than knowing vocabulary. You need to hear intention. Now listen to this conversation. How'd the interview go? I think it went okay. Just okay? I don't know. They were friendly, but it was hard to tell what they thought. Did they say when you'd hear back? They said sometime next week. Well, that sounds promising. I hope so. Now, answer. Does the speaker know whether they got the job? No. How do they feel? Uncertain. And when should they hear something? Sometime next week. Now listen to, how'd the interview go? That comes from, how did the interview go? Natural speech. How'd the interview go? How'd your meeting go? How'd the exam go? How'd everything go? Now shadow. How'd the interview go? Again. How'd the interview go? Now. It was hard to tell. This means it was difficult to know. They seemed happy, but it was hard to tell. I couldn't tell if he was joking. It's hard to tell what she thinks. And then, hear back. This means receive a response after contacting someone, applying for something, or making a request. I applied last week, but I haven't heard back yet. They said I'd hear back by Friday. Let me know when you hear back. Now, shadow. They said I'd hear back next week. Again. They said I'd hear back next week. Good. Now we are going to train your ear for another very common feature. Words linking together. Listen to this phrase. Pick it up. Carefully. Pick it up. Naturally. Pick it up. The words almost become one sound. Can you pick it up? Can you pick it up? Now. Turn it off. Naturally. Turn it off. Could you turn it off? Could you turn it off? Now. Put it on. Put it in. Go ahead. Go ahead. Take it easy. Take it easy. The point is not to speak carelessly. The point is to understand that native speech flows across word boundaries. Your ear must stop expecting little spaces between words. Those spaces exist on the page. They do not always exist in sound. Now listen to this real-life exchange. Hey, could you turn it down a little? Oh, sorry. Is it too loud? Just a bit. I'm trying to finish something. Yeah, no problem. What does turn it down mean? Reduce the volume. Turn the music down. Could you turn it down? The opposite is turn it up. Increase the volume. Now listen naturally. Could you turn it down a little? Again. Could you turn it down a little? Now shadow the normal, natural version. Could you turn it down a little? Good. Let's try another. Can you pick me up on your way home? In natural speech, can you pick me up on your way home? Again. Can you pick me up on your way home? Listen for meaning, not individual sounds. Now I want to give you a longer challenge before we move toward the final test. You will hear a conversation between two friends making a last-minute decision. Listen once and do not stop. You still want to go to that concert tonight? I do, but I just checked the weather and it looks like it's gonna pour. Seriously? Yeah, apparently there's a pretty big storm coming through later. Do you want to just skip it then? I don't know. We already paid for the tickets. True. We could wait an hour and see what happens. Yeah, let's do that. If it clears up, we'll go. If not, we'll figure something else out. Now tell yourself the story in one sentence. They want to go to a concert, but bad weather may change their plan. That is enough. You understood the situation. Now notice the phrase, it's gonna pour. To pour means to rain very heavily. It's pouring. It looks like it's gonna pour. We got caught in the pouring rain. Now, a storm coming through. This means a storm is moving through the area. And finally, if it clears up. When weather clears up, it becomes better. The rain should clear up later. It looks like it's clearing up. Now listen to the final decision again. We could wait an hour and see what happens. If it clears up, we'll go. If not, we'll figure something else out. This is natural English because it is flexible, uncertain, and connected to a real situation. And now your next challenge will be different. I will stop helping you so much. You will hear longer stretches of natural English, fewer explanations, more reductions, and more implied meaning. Your job will be to trust the listening skills you have built instead of translating every word. Before we finish, I want you to think back to the beginning of this lesson. At first, expressions like, "What are you gonna do? Did you see it? Shall let me check," or "I don't know," may have sounded fast, unclear, or even completely different from the English you learned in textbooks. But now, they should feel more familiar. Not because native speakers suddenly started speaking more slowly, because your ears started listening differently. You learned that natural English is not spoken word by word. Sounds connect. Some sounds become weaker. Some words are reduced. Some parts almost disappear. And the most important words carry the meaning of the sentence. That is one of the biggest secrets to understanding native English. You do not need to catch every single word. You need to catch the message. You need to recognize the patterns. And you need to stay calm when one small sound disappears. So here is one final challenge for you. Listen carefully. I was going to give you a call earlier, but I got caught up with a few things, so I figured I'd just text you when I got home. Did you understand it? Let's hear it one more time. I was going to give you a call earlier, but I got caught up with a few things, so I figured I'd just text you when I got home. If that sentence feels easier now than it would have at the beginning of this lesson, that is progress. Maybe you did not catch every word. That is okay. Could you understand the main idea? The speaker wanted to call earlier, became busy, and decided to send a message later. That is real listening, and that is exactly what I want you to practice from now on. When you listen to English, stop asking yourself, "Did I hear every word?" Ask yourself, "What happened? What is the speaker trying to say? What words did they stress? What sounds were connected? What expressions did I recognize?" The more you train your ears this way, the less you will depend on subtitles. You will begin recognizing complete phrases instead of translating individual words. You will hear gonna and immediately understand going to. You will hear dunno and understand I don't know. You will hear did ya and recognize did you. And one day, you will realize something surprising. Native speakers will not sound slower. You will simply understand them faster. That is the moment everything changes. So after this video ends, do one thing. Go back to the first listening challenge and play it again. Do not read the subtitles. Do not translate. Just listen. Then compare how it feels now with how it felt at the beginning. If you understand even 10% more, your training worked. And if you keep practicing this way, that 10% becomes 20, then 40, then 60, until real English conversations stop feeling like a wall of noise. They start feeling familiar. They start feeling predictable. They start feeling possible. Keep listening to real English. Keep shadowing natural sentences. Keep training your ears to hear chunks, reductions, rhythm, stress, and connected speech. And most importantly, do not wait until you feel ready to listen to native speakers. Listening to native speakers is how you become ready. If this lesson helped you understand real spoken English more clearly, subscribe to Miss Coco English, turn on notifications, and join me for the next listening challenge. Keep training your ears, keep trusting the process, and remember this. When you stop chasing every word, you finally start understanding real English.